Hi everyone, hope you're all having a great day. My name is Rich, this is Gamer Life. We're back again today for round 4 of our NASCAR Heat 5 career mode. Thank you so much for being here, whether it's your first time, whether you're coming back. I'm just glad that you're here, and hopefully we can deliver a good race for you today to sit and watch for the next 10, 20, 30 minutes, depending how long this actually lasts. So it is round 4 today. We're going to be going to Phoenix shortly, which is also our first short track, so that could be interesting. But before we do get into that, what I'm going to do next is just show a little recap of how the last race finished. I really did enjoy the last race. It was a whole lot of fun. But if you don't want to know how that finished, all of the highlights and the previous videos are all up on the channel now. So yeah, you can go and check them out if you want to. But yeah, for those of you who want to stick around, the next little bit of the video is going to be the highlights of how the last race actually finished. So here it is, the last couple of laps of the last race at Auto Club. Pay attention to the position that we're running at the moment and the fact that we're actually gaining on Denny Hamlin, who was in front for most of this race. We pulled an absolute madness of a strategy to get in this position. If you want to know what that was, again, it is in the previous video. To be running up this high was nosebleed territory for us, in all honesty, and it gets even better there. As you can see, we've just passed for the lead now, carrying a lot of momentum. But yeah, crazy race this one. At this point there was a slightly faster beating heart, sweaty palms, whatever, all of it was going on. I was sitting thinking to myself, we've got a real good chance of picking up our first ever win as a manufacturer. And yeah, the excitement was real as we was going through this. Again, as you can see now, white flag's about to come out as we go over the line for the last lap. Neck and neck really, we're wheel to wheel. It's really exciting stuff. We do just nose ahead, and look how close that was to making contact. I think that spins us both out and sends it into NASCAR overtime if we touched there, but it wasn't to be. We did manage to avoid the collision, and Hamlin now has way more momentum. I've touched on it before, that car is just so fast in his hands. And yeah, he pulled away as we come through the last turn, but that wouldn't be all, because we did get a little shot to the bumper to give us some momentum, but it was too little too late. Hamlin won, but what an absolutely unbelievable race that was. And hopefully we can build on that momentum today and yeah, just push ahead and hopefully try and get another good points finish. That is going to be a tall order, considering it's going to be our first short track and we don't even have a car that's built for that specifically, so it is going to be tough today, absolutely no doubt. But the race that you just seen, how it all ended, this is what it has done to the points right now. Again, I will scroll down them shortly and you can just check, see where your favourite driver is at the moment, how they're faring, how many wins they've got, and all this, that and the other. But back to Phoenix, which is where we're going today. I'm expecting a really tough race. Short tracks last season were not my strong suit at all. So and that was with a car that was capable of winning races, race in and race out. And it was also on the easiest difficulty setting, so yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see what happens today, but that is the fun of it as well. We're going into the unknown and hopefully we can get ourselves a somewhat decent car that will be able to handle what's about to come. But after races like the one that we've just seen, it's easy to get your head stuck up in the clouds. We do have to keep our feet on the ground and realise we're still a brand new team, nowhere near fully equipped at the moment. And I have a feeling, a sneaking feeling, being a short track as it is, that we're going to get bought crashing straight back down to earth today. I hope that's not the case, I really do, but we will see. Anyway, the race today, like I've mentioned a few times now, is the Phoenix Raceway, the Fan Shield 500, so we got 78 laps around there. It's a 270,000 purse, which would be extremely helpful at the minute as we still don't have enough money to buy a new chassis yet. We're 4th, as you can see at the moment in the standings. It is round 4. We need a top 22 today and we'll secure our sponsor deal, our little incentive. So yeah, hopefully we can just push ahead and go and get that. So we've done the work to the car now, and this is what I was on about. It was on for a split second there. In hindsight, I should have probably left that a little bit longer. But because we don't have a car suited to these kind of tracks, all the work that we did do got a -7 rating against it. So yeah, we're gonna be really up against it today now, as we're just flicking through to see if there's anything else that needs doing before we head out to the track. But the answer to that is no, so it is that point in the video now where we head off to Phoenix and see what we can do around this track. So here we are then. It's a lovely looking day in Phoenix, a little bit overcast. You can see a couple of grey clouds there. There's a lot going on at the moment, as you would expect, as we're all building the anticipation builds as we get closer and closer to qualifying first, not the race. I almost said the race there, I'm not going to lie. But as you can see now, some cars are heading out to do their run as people are just walking around. And people have finished their run and it is now our turn. We've done the build lap, so we're straight into the timed lap today. And as you can see there, first time we come to a turn, car is really tight. As we come to expect now, single laps are just really not suited to our car. I'm wondering if it's a Mustang thing or whether it is just our car. I'm not really too sure on that one, because I have got it set up to be pretty loose, but we know the characteristics of the car now, and it seems to take it about 9 or 10 laps before it gets to the point where we can start putting in competitive laps. And again, that has bit us today, as you can see, 33rd on the grid, and we're just going to go up now so you can see where your favourite drivers and cars have finished in the qualifying order. We've learnt on this game as well now that it might not be the final order with the technical inspections and fuel or rule regulations, whatever it is that people keep breaking. So yeah, we might get bumped up a couple of places if we're lucky. But yeah, I feel like after that qualifying run, we're gonna need every single little bit of luck that we can get today. And Corey LaJoy has had a good weekend. Oh, didn't have a good weekend, sorry. Kyle Busch is on pole, and Ryan Blaney, like I was on about, is going to be starting from the back. So we do gain a position, but we're starting on the outside as well, which is really not good, as we're about to go green now and cross the line for the first time. Maybe before it even starts we can just get down on the inside there, which we absolutely do. So we're up to 32nd now, out of 40. We need to get to P22 to get our goal. It would be nice to just get that out of the way so we get that extra little bit of cash, and then we can start building the team forward once again. But on the first turn we lose a couple of positions, not laps. And we get a little bit touchy-feely with Gaze there as we try and go through the little kink after the start-finish line. And we are just falling backwards and backwards and backwards, which is really not a surprise at the moment. It may even be that we have to take pain even longer today because the short nature of the track before the car really loosens up and allows us to do something. But yeah, it's been the typical opening laps for us, if you like. And we just have to hope that when the car loosens up we can do what we normally do and move forward. So we jump all the way to lap 11 and we are starting now to move forward a little bit, but even with our loose car, it's not the progression that we'd normally make. We're still really struggling in the turns. We're really being punished at the moment for not having that build of a small car. I think it's the chassis, but it is classed as another car, so yeah, we just don't have the pace here at all. It's been a real struggle in the opening 12 laps now, not 11, and even when we do get up to other cars, we're having to, as you can see there, I don't even know if that's illegal move. That's probably something you guys could let me know in the comments, and I'll refrain from doing that in the future. but I felt if I didn't go underneath him there, I was just going to hit him. So it was an overtake, but at the time it felt more of an avoiding action. And yeah, we did get the place and took that one away from him. And as you can see, as normal on the straights and out of the kink, we get really good momentum. Now the car's at the state that it is in, but when we're going back to the turns, as loose as we are at the moment, it's just really not enough. We can get nowhere near down to the apron. We can't run a high line either because we just end up hitting the wall every single lap. So I was really struggling to find where to go, what was going to be quickest for us here, and to be honest, the whole race long I never really got the answer to that question. And if you pay attention as well to the mini-map in the bottom left, we've gone from being second in the last race to very, very nearly being lapped. It is really not a nice feeling today. It is definitely that crash back down to reality that I was on about. And I still, despite that, want to finish 20 to 30 because I feel that's where we are as a team at the moment. But even that seems like it could be a tall order today. We'll just have to wait and see what happens. We go right round the outside there of Amarola, almost. Again, we had the momentum, but we couldn't hold it, and we had to get right out the throttle. Yeah, the car, I ain't gonna lie, it was an absolute dog to drive today. It was horrible. All race long, it was horrible. But yeah, we're just gonna have to grit our teeth and get through it. We just need to keep pushing because you never know what can happen in this sport. Any minute of the race you could get the cautions come out which throw everything up in the air and all sorts. So even though it was horrible and it just wasn't that fun today because of the way the car was to drive, you just can't give up. You gotta keep pushing and pushing and pushing and hope for a bit of luck really in this one. So here we go again now, it's lap 23, we've jumped a few laps again, right on the outside of Bowman here, we make contact with him, the 88 car. Yeah, we had quite the battle with him, but we do come out on top of that one. And we're now where I wanted to be, we're P28, so we're between that 20 and 30 mark, but now as the car gets looser and looser, instead of being our strength like it has been in the past, it's becoming a bit of a weakness now. We're getting oversteer everywhere, even on the straights, and it is making it really, really difficult to drive. We have been lapped now as well, as you can see. Quite demoralising this race. But in any event, there's Jones, and we're right underneath him, but will we be able to hold it is the question. This car, guys, honestly was right on the absolute edge of grip at this point. It was really, really tough to hold on to it. I was trying to put as little amount, as you can see there, and that's what happened. As little amount of an input into the analog stick to steer as I could to try and hold it. But yeah, there was nothing I could do. We bounce off the wall. Unfortunately, we take someone out and we go to a caution. So with that caution, we took the two cans and we only fitted 2 tyres, just trying to keep some speed in the car, because I didn't want to have to go through on a short track all of the the tightness and everything of the car again. But even just taking the 2 tyres, you can see we're still too tight once again. And yeah, I was really fearing things at this point because it's kind of easier to go forwards than stay out of the way to go backwards, I feel, on this game, on a short track especially. So yeah, it's a case of accepting I knew what the car was going to be like and trying to stay out of everyone's way at this point while we try and build our speed back up once again. So we skip forward another 14 laps to lap 44, and we have managed to avoid taking anybody else out as they all came past us again. We're in P30 at this point. As you can see there, the car has started to get really loose again. and it's just a learning experience at the moment of when we're going to get them snaps of oversteer and when we're not. And I was desperately trying different things to stop the oversteer and the snaps from happening, but it was a losing battle. But in any event, yeah, we're back up into the top 30 now, P29, 28, quite easily there. If only we could reach everybody on the straights, that would be beautiful. But yeah, here we go for lap 46 now. There's cars in front of us, and at this point again we just keep on just trying, just pushing. In the wall again now. Literally guys, I was trying different lines, different inputs, braking earlier, later, just coming off the throttle. I tried so many things in this race to get this car in a place that I wanted it, but I literally just could not do it. It was really a really difficult race. But yeah, Priest there in 22nd ahead of us, so we're a lap down to the top 20 at the moment. I'm not too sure at this point now. I can't really remember because it's been probably 5 or 6 days since I recorded the actual race. Whether the cars in front were for position or whether we were just unlapping ourselves. But we stuck one straight down the inside there. That was a pretty satisfying move considering there's no confidence in the car to get that move done, and we do indeed move up to P26. At this point I gave up on pretty much anything top 10, top 5 wise. I was just hoping that we could reach that 22 position and get our sponsors incentive and get some more cash for the team. But it was just really tough, just even keeping the car straight. You can see there, nobody around, not battling anyone, unforced error, but the car was just so unpredictable. In some ways it was fun because of how unpredictable it was. It definitely kept me on my toes for the entire race. But when you're trying to be quick and trying to obviously do something, you just don't want it. But in any event, we've run down McDowell pretty quickly, and look how much apron that we take there. Again guys, just comment below, is it even legal to do that? Because I've seen other people do it on some tracks and not others, so I don't really know where we stand with that. It'd be great if you could just let me know. In the wall again there, we do get past McDowell, and now we have side damage as well. And we're in the wall again, as we come across the start finish line again now. And we do skip another few laps, and as you can see we've run down another car. We're in P23 now as well, actually P22. So I'm assuming that somebody has been down for a pit stop there. But we're exactly where we need to be now. We've got Logano here in front of us. Unfortunately this pass is not for position, and we almost just bullied our way through there. We took the lower line next to the apron and we just sent one, and thankfully it worked. And we have actually dropped him quite quickly. I'm not sure if he dotted into the pits or not, but that little momentary look behind me meant that I completely missed my braking point, and we slowed down way more than we needed to for that corner. And as you can see, we are once again coming to be lapped. If you look at the mini map there, it's probably only going to be another lap or two before that happens. But something weird happened here, and we're now looking to put laps on people ourselves. Despite how badly I've drove today and how slow that we've been, it's encouraging that we are still able to put some laps on some cars ourselves. So we move ahead, and as you can see we're in the wall there. The tyre icon is on, but we're just going to hold on as long as we can while the car's as light as it is. We've not made any progress position wise yet. We are still P22. That's probably going to go backwards, I would imagine, when we do drop into the pits. But being a short track, I was hopefully gambling at this point on a safety car, a caution coming out, so we could get that free pit stop. And that's the reason why that we are still staying out at the moment. We're gaining on the cars in front, but at this point guys, honestly, like I said, I don't know if things were were for position or not, and that gamble did indeed pay off because we do get the caution come out. We didn't cause it. There's a lot of people pitting, but not everybody, and we're going to take that freebie, and we're actually up into P18, a net gain of 4 places there. So that's nice, and now we'll see what we can do with it. We've took the 4 tyres to go to the end of the race. We've got a great restart there, and no one's overtook us. We're on the back of Wallace at the moment, trying to use him for draft, but once again we go into turn 1 and all that little bit of momentum that we've just built has instantly gone. But yeah, it looks like we're going to have to take pain again at the moment now until the car loosens itself back up once again. We're now back down to P22, desperately hoping not to drop any more places. It's lap 71, coming around to start lap 72, so just 6 to go at this point. We did lose another place, but thankfully it wasn't for position. Bowman there just unlapping himself. And all we're doing now is braking as hard as we have to just hold that bottom line. And yeah, if cars want to pass us, they're going to have to go the long way around. It was just hold station thoughts for me at this point. Just drive defensively and hopefully that will work, and we can just keep ticking these laps down now and stay in at least P22 just to clear that objective and not have the pressure of that come in the next race. And it seems to be working just at the moment. We're obviously not quick, but we are managing to hold on to where we are. Haley there in front of us, that's not for position, but we are, even though we're trying to defend more than attack, we are gaining on the cars in front if we're able to see their little name tag, so that's encouraging. The car should be starting to get that little bit looser as we go towards the end of this race, and then maybe we'll pick up a little bit of pace ourselves, who knows. But we've just lost another lap there to Bowyer. Thankfully, even though he managed to sneak through, it wasn't again for position. We tick another one off now as we go to 75. Another car is trying to get underneath us. He's sent us a little bit wide, which meant we missed our braking point, and unfortunately it's opened the door for him, and he has gone down and got us, and this time it was for position as well. He orchestrated that really well, and even now we still have to stay outside, and we just can't hang with him. There's another car there just trying to sneak underneath. We was a bit over aggressive on the defence there, and he almost spun us, so that would have been our own fault in a way. But yeah, we're in P23 now. We need to go and get that position back from the car in front. Not off, I forgot his name already. Byron, that's it. We need to get that position back off him. Even if we don't make any more today, we have to catch him, and we now have just 2 laps to do it, so next time around will be the white flags. So there's really not a lot of time. Obviously, being a short track, these laps are really quick, so we even tried to use Haley to pull us back onto the back of Byron and get our P22 back. You can see we're trying to stay in that draft there, but we get blocked off from going underneath. Again, a bit over aggressive. I had saw the red mist in this one. I just wanted it to end, and unfortunately, forgetting that we'd been lapped, we don't get that extra lap to catch him. So it's 23rd today. Really tough race. It felt like it went on forever trying to hang on to this car the entire time. But what we're going to do is scroll up to see where everybody finished, and so you guys can see where your favourite drivers finished. And that is going to be the end of this episode, guys, once that is done. I didn't have enough space left on the computer. Yeah, there was a spin there, I completely forgot about that. That was one of 2 today, just another indication of how tough it was to hold on to this car. And also we took out the M&M's car as well, the number 18, which I think we're going to see here. Just a really tough race in general today. I felt so bad when I seen that replay happen. But yeah, it is what it is. We're going to get these sort of races, I suppose. We get just under 1 million. And the point standings, somehow or another, we completely fluked there. Still holding on to second position in the championship. So I will definitely take that after a result like today. But yeah, we've seriously got some work to do. I'm hoping it's not a sign of things to come, because we do have a few short tracks coming soon, I have noticed. So yeah, I'm gonna have to go away and make a decision on whether we play the long game and we build another speedway and just take the pain at these short tracks, or whether when we get the money, if we've not got it already now, that we build another car, but this time for short tracks, and try and have one car for almost everything. I'm not going to make that decision at the moment. If I was to make it now, I would definitely pick the short track car, so we don't have to go through that again. But who knows, all that is for future episodes. For today, it's been a tough one, 23rd, I believe worst finish of the season. But yeah, we're still in a progressive phase at the moment, we're still building. There's going to be weekends and events like this, we're just going to have to take it on the chin. But in any event, thank you all for being here once again, really appreciate it. I hope you'll stick around and hit that like and subscribe button to help me out a lot. And yeah, most importantly, I hope you'll be here for the next one. So once again, thanks for watching, guys. I hope the day continues to be great, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.